Of course, next we're over to Mike Eppel to talk money in another sense now, business news again, Mike. And to start off, we're talking about Wall Street again and Trump's magic touch.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's necessarily what Donald Trump has done or what is expected to happen in 2017, but certainly the stock markets are betting on big things from the U.S. economy and maybe the global economy next year when it comes to economic growth, because what's happened since the U.S. vote 1 month ago, we've seen the Dow set 15 record closes, 6 in a row. It was up 39 points yesterday. The Dow futures this morning pointing to a 75-point bounce right off the bat this morning. The Dow starts 204 points away from 20,000. So could break through that easily within the next couple of days. It also comes back to what the U.S. Federal Reserve may do tomorrow afternoon. The Fed is expected to raise interest rates by 0.25%, but at the same time, the U.S. central bank boss, Janet Yellen, is expected to say, look, we're raising interest rates now. Don't expect this to be overly aggressive. It's still an economy that's growing slowly, but they want to start normalizing interest rate policy. And of course, that has follow-through effects on our Canadian economy. What we pay for borrowing costs here, we've seen a backup in bond yields, so some of the banks have been raising some mortgage rates. The other positive of that, though, Tammy, too, is the fact that Canadian pension funds have seen a big bounce in their valuations just over the past month because the rate of return in the bond market is that much better. So that's actually good for Canadian retirees going forward. We have the U.S. Secretary of State being named this morning, Rex Tillerson, current CEO of ExxonMobil by Donald Trump, and he still has yet to be confirmed. But what's interesting about this is Tillerson's background with ExxonMobil dates back to 1975 when he joined the company as an engineer. He's moved higher in the ranks. He's been the CEO since 2006 and was set to retire next March because of ExxonMobil's 65-year-old mandatory retirement age. So this, for a company, isn't necessarily a huge shock to the operational, day-to-day operations of ExxonMobil. Nevertheless, Tillerson has a wide background in global affairs. ExxonMobil does business in 50-plus countries and, of course, close ties to Russia. And that's sort of the question mark going forward here as well. But theoretically, if you've got global oil expansion, what does that mean for the price for oil? Well, you've got OPEC cutting back production, or at least they'd like to, but does this actually ramp up global operations for energy producers? Price for oil is up this morning by 19 cents at 53.02, but it did cool down a little bit yesterday, late in the trading session, with OPEC already still overproducing. Canadian dollar getting a bounce again to 76.19 cents U.S. We've got Trump's brand gaining strength, reports indicating that that new hotel in Washington, D.C. with the Trump logo on the top, plus his operations in New York City have actually seen a boost in popularity among foreign dignitaries and others who don't want to offend the Donald because they might be staying at other brands. There was all this talk during the U.S. vote and the rancor of the political campaign that Trump's business brand had actually taken a hit from a PR standpoint. That might be on the rebound. What will be interesting to see today as well, Tammy, is whether Lockheed Martin stock sees a rebound. Sold off big time yesterday as Trump took to Twitter talking about the cost overruns on the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter project. And Lockheed Martin saying, slow down, we're still looking to cut costs on that. So again, a changing dynamic in the world of companies doing business in the United States and whether or not they can be affected by social media. And as we come into the trading day this morning, we'll also keep an eye on shares of Tim Hortons' parent company, Restaurant Brands International. Globe and Mail reporting this morning that Tim's next year may be going to roll out some new espresso machines to compete against the likes of McCafe and McDonald's and Starbucks. Everybody's going upscale on coffee and mixed coffees and espressos. Currently, Tim's offers lattes and cappuccinos that are made from powder, and discerning drinkers can apparently tell the difference. I can't, because I'm not a discerning drinker of these things, Tammy, but these new machines, $12,000 a pop. They're testing them in Vancouver and London. Expect a national rollout next year. Sales of lattes and coffee and cappuccinos, those are actually one of the fastest growing components of all coffees. Who knew?
Who knew?
I just want one milk, one sugar, and I'm good to go.
As long as it's strong. That's all I want. That's all I want. All right. Thanks very much, Mike.
Thank you.